Hello, my name's Wesley Holt and welcome back to this week's episode. Now, before we start talking about this week's episode, I would actually like to state that in my previous episode, I did say that we would be moving on to another presidential candidate. I would like to go ahead and tell you that that was false information. I am just going to be revolving around the progression of Donald Trump's campaign. Now, to start us out, I would actually like to begin saying that in our last episode, Donald Trump had actually taken a little bit of a turn for the worse, but now he's actually taken a step in the other direction. Now, what I mean by this is that in Paris's recent tragedies, Donald Trump has actually taken his time to express his opinions about this. Now, of course, he gave in a moment of silence for the people who died, but he also did mention that there was a way that some of this misfortune could have been avoided. Just listen.
And when you look at Paris, you know, the toughest gun laws in the world, Paris. Nobody had guns but the bad guys. Nobody. Nobody had guns. And they were just shooting them one by one. And then they broke in and had a big shootout and ultimately killed the terrorists. And I'll tell you what, you can say what you want, but if they had guns, if our people had guns, if they were allowed to carry.
Now, as you see, a lot of people took favor in Donald Trump saying this. The reason being that in the United States, the Second Amendment allows the right to bear arms. Trump was basically saying if Paris had similar laws to what we have, some of this misfortune could have been prevented. The crowd claps and cheers for Trump saying this. Now, another thing Trump actually mentioned is on immigration. Just hear for yourself.
Our president wants to take in 250,000 from Syria. I mean, think of it, 250,000 people. And we all have heart, and we all want people taken care of and all of that. But with the problems our country has, to take in 250,000 people, some of whom are going to have problems, big problems, is just insane. We have to be insane.
As you can tell from the reaction Trump gets from the crowd, they're actually in favor of what he's saying, gaining more favoritism, therefore putting him higher up than he was previously in the presidential campaign. Will Trump continue to travel in the path he's going, or will he take another turn for the worst? All this will have to wait until next episode. Until then, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week.